Good morning folks, Lone Wolf here and welcome back to the channel. Any of you who've been watching the channel will realise that I sold the GS and invested in a MT800 Explorer CF Moto. Well, this is the first proper ride I've had out on it. I've had a couple little dabbles, but this is the first day I'm going to put a few mile on it. So if you want to see how I get on, just stay tuned. Right folks, so I'll just put my visor down a bit. Let's have a look at it, shall we? First thing you notice, the screen. I've got it in the up position. I think if you put it down you get quite a bit of wind blast. You still get wind blast, to be honest, with it up like this, but I'm going to try it again today. And then I might have to put a little fly screen on the top if I need to. But moment, it's quite a good screen. But it might just need a little fly screen just for me. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Keep steaming up, that's for sure. It is early morning. 9:04. Is that early morning? Anyway, so I've got the screen in the up position. I'll put it in sport mode. The throttle is a touch snatchy, I've got to be honest. It just takes some getting used to compared to the GS that seem to have had no snatchiness at all. It might be an issue on the fueling that they can sort out. Might just be a characteristic of the bike because it's too sharp. Time will tell. Riding position is really comfortable. My legs are just past 90 degrees. My legs are just past 90 degrees. I ain't stretching for the bars or anything like that. The seat is mega comfortable. It's probably one of the comfortablest I've had. Now a slight mod on getting a lower seat because I'm struggling with the height. When I bought it, they were going to put me a lower link in on the suspension, but for one reason or another that never happened. So I thought, well, rather than upset the geometry of the bike, let's try a lower seat first. I might end up having the geometry, the what's name done as well anyway, the suspension, but we'll see. At the moment I'm going to just try and get away with the lowered seat. So ergonomic wise, it's really comfortable. Anyway, it's a glorious morning, sun shining. We're going out for a cup of tea somewhere. I've got a route planned. If you look down at the dash, I've got it slipped to the split dash with the sat nav on. And I'm trying to think of ways. I put it on the other day and found it was quite useful. Discovers potholes for you and everything. So I'll put that on, put a bit of a map in there and see where we go. Right, next thing, working around the cockpit. We've got 3-stage ET grips. I'm on level 2 at the minute, because it's a bit sharp this morning. And they're warm enough. They're not burn your hands warm, but they're just the job. I think at some point I'm going to probably put some additional handguard extensions on the top, just to take the wind off the top of me, the back of my hands. But that'll be cheap plastic thing off AliExpress, I think. Gotta look around and find the right ones. Back to the dashboard. Well, it's an amazing piece of kit. It does everything. Sometime later on the video I'll go through some bits with you and show you, because if you look down there, I've got a lot of controls, the backlit controls by the way, and I can do audio through my headset. I can get it to talk to it and get it to change things like the map, music, heated seat, heated grips, all that sort of thing. You might have just seen, I don't know, a little flash in the dashboard there on the yellow, on the green. And that's the radar, blind spot detection. And rear end collision. I ain't really noticed it, because I must be honest, I ain't really been out. I've only been out a couple little times, just a little dabble. I suppose when I get on the dual carriageway, it will come into its own. But I say at the minute, I haven't really noticed it. Apparently, and I don't know how true it is, if you brake really hard on the bike, the hazard lights come on to warn people from behind you. But I've not tried it. I'm just read the blurb. But I say the dashboard is a really, really good piece of kit. I'm thinking you pay a lot of money for that, to be fair. The extra on the bike. But it's probably worth it. You can got tyre pressure monitoring. I'm showing 2.4, 2.7 bar, which is probably a bar lower than you. Well, 2.4 is right for the front and front wheel. 2.8 at the back it should be. So, other feature on this bike is it does show the tyre pressure, not so much the pressure, the heat on the tyres. And at the front it's saying 17 degrees and the back 21. So I'll keep my eye on that. Tyres, by the way, are Anarchy's. They're quite off-road bias tyres, I think. Because this is the difference between this and the MT800 Touring is this is more, I would say, off-road bias, just because of the tyres, but it's got 6 riding modes, which gives you rain and sport, which you will have got it in now. Sport's generally the road one. Off-road, which takes away your traction control. Off-road plus, you've got off-road plus, all-terrain and all-terrain plus. 4 of them, well 3 of them are real off-road modes. I mean, you can use it in off-road, on the road, and all it does, it switches off the traction control. So basically you sit around pulling wheelies on the thing. Second gear, and you give it a little bit of love and it will pop the front up. So that's the 6 riding modes. What else have I found out? The gearbox, quick shifted obviously up and down, and it is pretty smooth, I must admit. Compared to the GS clunkiness, this is a lot better. I wouldn't say it's on par with a 4-cylinder sports bike, or maybe some of the triples that I believe have got really good gearboxes, but it ain't bad. It really ain't bad. It's like I'm running along in 5th gear now. What I have found is you tend to pull high gears because of perhaps the throttle being a little bit snatchy. You're pulling a higher gear than having any jerkiness. So the jerkiness, it's either me getting used to it, or it could be a fueling issue, which when it goes in for the service I'm sure they'll have a look at. I believe it's got the latest software on it. I mean, I'm sure it would have done because it's a brand new bike. Right, brakes. It's got some. The back one is basically a slowing down brake. It doesn't do a lot in respect of locking up everything. And the front one, as I say, they're brand new, so I mean I've just done 100 mile on it, so nothing's really bedded in. It's probably wrong of me to say that about the brakes when they're still being bedded in. Levers are adjustable, so that's a bonus. Clutch is cable clutch. It's alright, it ain't too bad. I have bought at the minute I can only run up to 6,500 revs, but it's got some beans. There's a huge induction roar when you open the throttle up. The airbox under the seat. The exhaust very quiet as well. I mean, Mrs. Wolf remarked when I pulled on the drive the other day, they said that bike's a lot quieter than the other one. So I think at some point the exhaust might be coming off. There might be something a little bit more fruity going on the end. But at the minute, we'll just use everything as it is. Busy this morning, or tractor, that's why. One of the things I've noticed is it's got spotlights. You have to press the button to put them on. Now I'm used to having full headlights and DLR and everything come on all together when I switch the engine on the old GS. So what I'm going to do, I've got some Denalis D4s off the GS that I'm going to put on here I think at some point, and then wire them straight back into the Thunderbox that I fitted. So as when I switch the engine on they'll come on. But again, that's a job for when it's either raining or I've got something to do. Maybe not. Oh, my jaws is turning right, you dickhead. The one to stop for. I don't think he saw it. Anyway, that's for another day. Seat is a bit toasty, so I think we're going to have to turn that down. God's boy now. Anyway. I think I know the luggage that was with the bike hasn't come, as you know. Still waiting for it. There's a delay, I think, on general luggage everywhere. And as soon as it comes, they'll send it up to me. So at the minute, I've put me plate on for my old mem's top box, just to put some bits and bobs in. Bit of camera bits. I have put a toolbox on it. I took the toolbox off my GS. And I'll fit it on the back. I'll show it after when I get off. That took a bit of doing, to be honest, but I like to carry a toolbox. Basically, I've got my compressor in there for, you know, puncher out fitted stuff, compressor, little bits and bobs. I think the biggest thing I've found is the way it tips into the bends. It's really sharp tipping into the bends. And I say that's whipped up to 60 odd mile an hour, legal limit, in no time. They short the power it anyway, and I'm, well, you know, I'm an old man now, so my days of thrashing around the streets are long gone. So 50, 60 is 60, 70 is plenty for me. Quick overtake now and again, and that'll do me. The suspension I haven't touched. Again, I haven't checked to see. There's a book, when you get the book, the manual, there's all the suspension settings, because obviously these are KYB forks and rear suspension, and it's fully adjustable. They're always one prick either. And they give you the settings via the clicks, etc., that are the standard settings for one person with luggage, etc. Well, I haven't checked to see if they're set at that. I'm basically just riding it at the minute, and it ain't bad. To be fair, it ain't bad. I would say it ain't wallowy. It's quite taut. But yet there is a bit of compliance in it. It does give you the feeling of suspension working. You get sports bikes are quite hard. This is quite good. Now this is one of my favourite roads. So we'll see how it feels down here. Now we'll be doing quite a few mods on it, and also I'm going to do a complete rundown of the dashboard. And quite a few people are interested in that. So I'll do one in that. And another general walk around of the bike when I've done the couple of other bits and bobs. I've got a rad guard to put on it. Because I think that's the only thing they missed off this when they built it. There's no radiator guard. It's got quite a good sump guard on it. But not a radiator guard. Looking at the tyre pressure sensor now, they've gone up to 2.4, 2.8, which is correct. And I've got a temperature 21 in the front, or 20 in the front and 27 in the back. So that's a 7-degree difference. Obviously, you get more air on the front. But I say that's now we're doing 60, just 4,000 revs. It's quite nice. I ain't tried the cruise control yet, I'll do that after. You get the feeling that at 4,000 revs the engine really lights up. Below 4,000 revs it is what it is, isn't it? It's 800cc engine. But once you get to 4,000 revs you can feel the difference, the way it really peps up. And I say, you get 4,000 revs and when it starts to punch, I would imagine when it's run in and I've got it off the can go past 6,500 revs, I bet it'd go like shit off a shovel. In a different type of way to what the GS does. I shouldn't really compare it to the GS, you know, there's a big difference. The big difference in the money, ain't there? Oh, gravel and shit on the road, never mind. I'd say you could cover quite a lot of mileage on this. It seems very comfortable. We're going to a place called the Craven Arms. We're going to get a Layla's Cafe, have a cup of tea. It's 50 odd mile from my place. So it's a fair little jaunt, you know what I mean? To get the feel of it. And the more you ride it, the more you get the feeling that it wants to go. Right, let's put the cruise control on a 46. No hands. Seems alright. I believe it'll only do 80 with the cruise control. It won't go any higher. Well, that's plenty. Yeah, dip the clutch and it's off. So that works fine. Well, I've popped the screen up a bit higher to the top. With the earplug in, see if that makes any difference. Hi folks, well, I've lifted the screen up. It does make a massive difference to the wind, but I'm going to try a little aero thing on the top, see if that does any more. It's turned out quite bloody miserable. As I say, it was sunshine this morning when I left, but now it's quite miserable, raining, damp, temperature's dropped. So until the next time, it's your Lone Wolf saying don't forget, give us a tick, give us a like, subscribe, help the channel grow. Drop your comments below, anything you want to know. There'll be more on the bike. There'll obviously be some accessories additional fitted, as I said before. There are the rad guard, the clutch adapter, the fly screen on the top. I think I'm going to put some tank pads on as well, because I noticed that the mid leathers are marking the tank. Not marking, but you can see where they're scuffing it, so I think we'll put some of them on. So I'll do the video, and I'll also, as I said, going to do a video of the screen and what it does and how it does it, all the functions. So until the next time, it's your Lone Wolf saying bye for now, and don't forget, just be careful out there. Lone Wolf, bye for now.